Hey everybody, I'm going to do a brief tutorial on Screencastify, which is a free online screen recording extension on Google Chrome that allows you to do online tutorials like what I'm doing for you right now. So I'm going to tell you how to install it from start to finish. It's very simple, so let's get going. Okay. First thing you're going to want to do is just Google Screencastify, and the first option that comes up will be the Screencastify extension, and I'm just going to add it to Chrome, the top right here, and it will be automatically, once I hit add to Chrome, added to my web bar. So it's not really a program that will be on your computer, it's embedded into your Google Chrome. So make sure you're using Google Chrome when you're obviously using the software. It won't work on something like Firefox or Microsoft Edge. Okay, so once it's installed, a new screen should pop up. And right here it says Screencastify has been added to Chrome. So I'm going to click X here. And then if you look at your extensions at the top right, you'll see it's right here, Screencastify. So I'm going to pin it to the taskbar here. And it's this little red arrow with a camera inside. And I'm going to click on that. That'll open up a new tab. And I should be able to get going right away. This is my recordings page. So again, it's a website that's linked to your Google Drive. So it's not stored on your computer, it's stored in the cloud. Right now I don't have anything recorded, so there's no recordings, but if I hit it again, it gives me three options. Webcam only, which will just record my face talking to you guys. Desktop, which is what I'm actually doing right now with you, where you can see my entire desktop. If I minimize this, you can see my screensaver and my desktop wallpaper. If I go back to it, let's click it again. I can do browser tab as well, which only records the current browser you're on. So if I have to exit out to go on a different tab, or I have to go back onto my desktop for some reason, you guys would not be able to see that. Okay, so the one that's most commonly used is just desktop, when you're just everything that's on your screen you're showing to your audience. So there's a couple options here. You can just use your microphone, or you can embed your webcam as well. So if I quickly embed my webcam and start recording, you can see my face down here, and I can record that along with my entire screen. So you can see me as I'm talking to you, and you can also see the rest of my screen. So I'm going to exit out of that and stop sharing. And that little video I just took is right here at the bottom now. That is saved to the cloud and saved to my Google Drive. So that was just a 7-second video I took. And if I go into actually a folder that's created for you on your Google Drive called Screencastify, this video it's already saved and recorded there. So I can just click on that. You can see me as I'm talking to you, and you can also see the rest of my screen. So I'm going to exit out of that. And that's my 7-second video that I just made during this tutorial. So there's a couple other things that you guys can do right now to emphasize what you're teaching. I'm just going to do it on the Screencastify browser. So if I just click on desktop, I'm going to click record. Okay, share my whole screen. Gives me a little countdown here. Now I'm live on Screencastify. There's a couple things I can do. If this is a slideshow and you want to underline something, you can do that. If you want to write some numbers or something like that, you can do that. And then just a quick and easy erase as well. Different colors, anything you want to do there. There's also some mouse pointer settings. If you see at the bottom left here, if I click on my mouse, right now I have on focus mouse, so it gives it a little spotlight to emphasize what you're talking about and what you're hovering over about. I can also highlight clicks. If I take off focus here, highlight clicks, and then every time I click, it gives this red circle. Okay, so if you're doing something like on Google Sheets where you want to emphasize a cell that you're typing into or clicking in order to show a formula, using highlight clicks might be beneficial for that, so your students or audience can see exactly what you're clicking on. Okay, so as soon as I want to stop sharing, I just go to stop sharing. Should be a little bubble that pops up at the bottom of your screen. And then once I'm done that, it goes right back to the cloud, and my whole video is down here. I was on Screencastify for 1 minute and 7 seconds, so you can see what I've recorded here when I was doing my little drawing of number 2 and just the line and giving you that tutorial there. So that is all in my drive now. So if I go back to the drive, all these videos that I've just made in this brief tutorial are there, and I can put that on YouTube. I can get a code to share to my Google Classroom. I could send it in an email, anything like that. Very easy to use. I've also found it super useful to use to explain complex problems, or if you have a project that you want to explain, in case some students cannot be in your class at the time you're explaining it live. This is a great way for them to rewatch. If it's a math problem where there's a lot of steps involved, they can pause it, they can rewind. It can be very useful that way too. Also can be very useful for students. If they miss a live class, they can take maybe the most difficult problem or any problem that you posted, and they could record themselves in a 2-minute, 3-minute video explaining to you how they got their answer. It can be very useful that way as well. That's basically it. So all you got to do, make sure this is in your extensions pinned to the top toolbar here. Click on the arrow. It opens a little window and you can record instantly. As soon as you're done recording, that video goes to your Google Drive and you can share it with whoever you want. Okay, thanks guys.